Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Rock Sound. We are backstage at Download Festival 2023. Ice Nine Kills on the lineup. Spencer joins me now. How are you, man?
Doing great, man. Second year at Download.
Second year in a row. Here
I
we
know.
go.
It's unheard of.
This is it. Becoming the house band now.
I'll take it. I mean, we had a residency in Vegas years ago where we opened for Wayne Newton, so this is very similar.
There it is. It's exactly the same type of vibe right there. Let's start with the obvious. I mean, like we say, back at Download, not just any Download, the biggest one ever. First time it's been 4 days, 20th anniversary, huge event. It's got to feel, I don't know, it feels extra special out there in the crowd. It's got to be very, very nice to be a part of this one in particular, right?
So energetic.
Yeah.
Kids were going ham from the beginning of the set all the way through the end.
Yeah.
Killed a lot of people on stage, including the Download dog.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a yoga move, downward dog, download dog. But you know what? He put up a good fight, but he died at the end of the day. And every dog has its day.
Every dog has its day. We all learned a little something up there today,
Oh, yeah.
I feel. We all learned a little something. Nice to be back in the UK as well, I would imagine. You know, we like your live shows always go down so well in this country. I know you've done a fair bit of touring, obviously, on this album and stuff. But, yeah, those UK crowds go for it when it comes to you guys. And on the main stage this time as well, which is great.
So awesome. I remember last year we played a smaller stage. It was still...
Oh, shoot. It was still a massive one. Yeah,
it felt massive. But I remember walking through the crowd last year and looking at the main stage. It was like, holy hell.
Yeah.
One day. And that day was about a year later. So
it wasn't that long to wait, man. You've been doing loads of great live stuff. I mean, obviously, some shows with Metallica, which is very nice, including today, I guess. But, like, more specifically, their headline shows and everything. How's it been for you kind of opening up those stadiums for the big boys right there?
It's insane.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up, like, I think anyone who likes rock and metal, worshiping Metallica, learning how to play Metallica songs on my guitar, seeing them play in Boston in '96 on the Load album cycle. I remember that show so vividly. My dad took me. So to get the call to open up for them, absolutely incredible. And they are such sweethearts.
That's nice, Dave.
James comes in our room, our dressing room, every time before we play. We're dressed as, you know, in tuxedos, so at first he thought we were the caterers. But I've spoken with all of the guys, and everyone is just super gracious. They gave us a cake on the first day.
Very nice.
The M72 yellow cake. And, yeah, they just really make us feel like we belong.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, that's so lovely to hear. You know, it's so well deserved seeing you guys play those songs because that live show just keeps on growing and it's so exciting to see. Speaking of the kind of wider world around these live shows and everything, I did want to mention, you know, you just keep expanding it. We had the Chop Shop in London the other day. We got the true crime novels now and stuff. You know, it feels like it's way beyond an album at this point. It always was from the start. I know that was always the aim, but it just you keep finding these new little projects to bring into that kind of silver screen world, right?
I think for us, it's just I approach everything the way I would want a band to do things.
Right.
When I was a kid, I always sort of gravitated towards the more lore-based kind of artists, like the Rob Zombies, and the Alice Coopers, the Slipknots, and we just try to bring that kind of energy to what we do and continue to build the story about around what the band does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense. And also back with Silver Screen Con again as well, which is nice. It's nice to see that kind of develop into a bit more of an annual event too. You know, seemed to go over great last time. You must be pretty excited now that you're starting to announce what's actually going to happen this year as well, right?
Oh man, the first one was a huge success, far exceeded our expectations, and this year the guest list is crazy.
Yeah.
We've got Tony Todd, Candyman from The Crow. We've got Skeet from Scream. We've got some more of my obscure idols from movies like Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 and 2. Wow. I mean, it's just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is my job. I get to hang out with my idols, and then we play a show. And it's just fantastic. Yeah.
It's just so much fun. It's
Yeah.
great to see you guys having fun. The fans will have fun, and that's always so nice when bands do that. I'm glad you mentioned Scream there. It leads very nicely onto a little kind of cameo moment you had.
Dude.
I mean, a couple of them involved in that world, really. I mean, let's talk about the actual movie first. A little kind of reference point in there. You must have been absolutely delighted seeing that.
I just got chills when you said it. There's no secret that Scream has been my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Saw it when I was 11. Completely reinforced my love of the genre. And just by happenstance, I was at a wedding of Dead Meat James and Chelsea Rebecca, who are these unbelievable horror YouTube stars that do something called the Kill Count. They invited me to their wedding, and actually Heather Langenkamp, the star of Nightmare on Elm Street, officiated the ceremony.
Wow.
They put me at a table with her, and also there were these 3 very nice gentlemen, hit it off, and I would learn after a few cocktails that they are the radio silence team that directed Scream 5, which had just come out the week before.
Yeah.
And we just hit it off, and ended up going to a after party with them, and we just really bonded because one of the guys from the band was in a punk band called Link 80, very iconic punk band from the Bay Area, and basically kept in touch with them, Matt, Tyler, and Chad, and when it came time for them to set design the movie, they were like, hey, throw us some Ice Nine Kills posters, we'll try to get it in, right?
Amazing.
So I sent them a poster that had a mock show of us playing in New York. And I know they like references. So I put that the venue on the poster was Abe Snake Pit. Abe Snake was Wes Craven's alias when he directed Pornography in the 70s. So not only did they put it on the refrigerator in one of the scenes, they liked the reference so much, that's what they named the bodega in the movie. So if you watch the movie, it says Abe Snake Bodega, and they fully gave me credit for it in all the press, and they're just the nicest guys, and it was a great movie, and just really happy for them.
What an absolute dream. And then also to have another little tie-in, because of course Demi Lovato did that song tied in with Mike Shinoda that was co-written. Nice little cameo for yourself in the music video as well.
It was crazy because it was completely independent from the connection between the directors. I guess her team had seen our Welcome to Horrorwood video and were like, we got to get this team. And then they liked me from the video, and they had me do a cameo. And Demi Lovato was super, super cool, very down to earth. You know, she's one of the biggest pop stars in the world, and she was just very gracious, and I had a great time, and actually ran into the Scream directors on that set. They're like, what the hell are you doing here?
I like that it wasn't connected at all.
No.
That's just such a nice coincidence. You're straddling all these worlds together. It's so good. Hey, should we do that question I always seem to ask you at this point where we talk about part 3 and you give me some teasers and hints? Shall we do that?
I told you last time I'd have to kill you.
And yet here I am trying again. Having seen what happened to the download dog, I'm not deterred at all. What kind of stage are we at in terms of thinking about what may or may not come next?
I think that something like a trilogy is probably imminent.
Okay.
But in the interim, there might be some tricks and flicks up our sleeves. But you can assure we will always have horror in our blood, and we will always spill it on the stage.
Interesting. When do you think we might get to hear the beginning of some of those tricks, perhaps?
Well, I can tell you that you'll be in for a new song come sometime around Halloween.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's very, very appropriate and very, very exciting. We very much look forward to that. I'm going to let you go enjoy your weekend. Before I do, there's a question we've been asking absolutely everybody who's here this weekend, because like I said, biggest ever download. Absolutely stunning lineup this weekend. Everyone's here, a lot of friends of yours as well on this lineup. So with that in mind, dream collaboration. You can work with anyone on this lineup. Who is at the top of that list? Someone you'd love to get on an Ink song?
I mean, for me, obviously, getting anyone from Metallica, Disturbed, like those are the bands that came up and influenced us. I remember seeing those bands when I was a kid. But bands like Stray from the Path and UK's own Creeper, like those are bands that I think we should get on the next album.
Creeper would make such sense. I would absolutely love to see that pairing, because much like you guys, they're so involved in that lore. My God, God knows Will loves his horror as well and loves those references and all their visuals and stuff. That would make a lot of sense.
And I love the other band, Salem, who had a song in Scream 5.
They did.
Which I really like.
Yeah. That was an amazing
It's a great song.
Yeah, I love that Will was as shocked as anyone when that happened. But again, delighted. So cool.
Fall Out of Love, I believe is the
I think it was.
song.
Yeah, so good to see those things connect, man.
And I'm excited to meet him today because I've never met him. We've talked a little bit through Instagram, but I think we have a lot of the same interests.
Yeah,
so,
you guys will need to hang out for sure. Go enjoy the rest of your day, man. It's always a pleasure. We'll catch up soon, all right?
Thanks, James.
Good to see you. Spencer, everybody.